Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Early life. Richard Ramirez, born Ricardo Leyva Muñoz Ramirez on February 29, 1960, in El Paso, Texas, had a troubled upbringing. He was the youngest of 5 children in a working-class Mexican-American family. His father, Julian, was a former Juarez policeman turned laborer who often struggled with anger management and physical abuse towards his children. Richard's early exposure to violence and traumatic events significantly shaped his future. At the age of 12, he grew close to his older cousin, Miguel "Mike" Ramirez, a decorated Green Beret combat veteran who had served in the Vietnam War. Mike shared horrifying stories and showed Richard Polaroid pictures of the Vietnamese women he had raped, tortured, and killed. In 1973, Richard witnessed Mike murder his wife, Jessie, in cold blood during a domestic argument, a pivotal moment that seemed to further warp his developing psyche. As a teenager, Richard began using LSD and cultivated an interest in Satanism. He committed petty crimes, dropped out of high school, and eventually moved to California, where he would begin his spree of terror. The crimes. Ramirez's crime spree began in earnest in 1984. Over the next year, he would commit a series of heinous acts that would terrorize the residents of Los Angeles and San Francisco. His modus operandi was chillingly unpredictable. He would break into homes through unlocked doors or windows, attacking and murdering his victims in their sleep. His weapon of choice varied: guns, knives, hammers, tire irons, and machetes were all used in his brutal assaults. Ramirez's first known murder was that of 79-year-old Jenny Vincao on June 28, 1984. He sexually assaulted, stabbed, and killed her during a burglary in her Los Angeles apartment. This was just the beginning of a series of grisly murders. His victims included men, women, and children, aged from as young as 6 to 83. He showed no mercy, often torturing his victims before killing them. Ramirez also displayed a disturbing fascination with Satanism, leaving pentagrams drawn on the bodies of his victims and on the walls of their homes. Some of his most notorious crimes include the double murder of Maxine and Vincent Zazera on March 27, 1985. Maxine's body was mutilated post-mortem, with her eyes gouged out and placed in a jewelry box that Ramirez took with him. The brutal attack on 16-year-old Whitney Bennett on July 5, 1985, who survived after being beaten with a tire iron and strangled with a telephone cord. The murder of Peter and Barbara Pan on August 17, 1985. Ramirez left a message at the scene, scrawling "Jack the Knife" and a pentagram on the wall. Capture and trial. The law enforcement's hunt for the Night Stalker was relentless, involving local police, the FBI, and a specially formed task force. Ramirez made a crucial mistake on August 24, 1985, when he was observed by a witness leaving the scene of a crime in a stolen car. The car was later found, and a single fingerprint led police to Richard Ramirez, who had a prior record of petty crimes. On August 30, 1985, police released a mugshot of Ramirez from a prior arrest. The next day, he was recognized by a group of East Los Angeles residents who chased him down and subdued him until police arrived. During his trial, Ramirez displayed no remorse. He frequently disrupted proceedings, shouting "Hail Satan!" and showing off pentagrams he had drawn on his palm. The trial was one of the most publicized in U.S. history, marked by Ramirez's flamboyant behavior and a fan following that included women who sent him love letters. On September 20, 1989, Ramirez was convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of sexual assault, and 14 counts of burglary. He was sentenced to death and sent to San Quentin State Prison. The aftermath. Richard Ramirez remained on death row for 23 years. He died of complications from B-cell lymphoma on June 7, 2013, while still awaiting execution. His life and crimes have been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and TV shows, making him one of the most infamous serial killers in history. Impact. The terror inflicted by Ramirez had a lasting impact on the communities he targeted. His random attacks instilled fear across Los Angeles and San Francisco, leading residents to adopt stricter security measures. The relentless pursuit by law enforcement, culminating in his capture, highlighted the importance of community vigilance and cooperation. Ramirez's story serves as a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk within individuals and the profound impact such evil can have on society. It is a tale of horror, but also of the resilience of the human spirit and the relentless pursuit of justice.